This is my third Flash MX animation. It was created in 2004 as an adaptation of some scribblings dating from 2 PM on April 16th, 1998. The original 800 by 600 pixels, 995K, full and fun-sized loopily-loop in Flash is accessible externally via the text and picture links immediately below. Mundane Morning with the Dhoop Dope, an animated anti-poetry poem. Unlike the AVI screen capture that I used as a source for the embedded high-quality YouTube stream, the Flash original is not marred by the inability to completely cope with and correctly render animated GIFs that have black backgrounds. Nevertheless, the YouTube version makes viewing and listening more plausible as its playback's welcomely pausable. I will detail the missing graphic and explain the bad joke. It blanks out blinks making 40 winks in the breakdown.
Every single Monday morning, I can't hide my weary yawning. Poetry is really boring. Most of it just has me snoring. The trouble is that teacher thinks what teacher says, that 40 winks
is not appropriate behavior for a classroom and I should learn to control my baser instincts.
But that's okay, 'cause teacher stinks!
This is the same image of a blackboard as that which appeared in my second Flash MX created e-greeting. It isn't black. I can reveal, like teal, it is green, which may give grounds for you supposing it to be potentially environmentally friendly, even in environs as mentally unfriendly as those common to too common schools. A throwback to days of chalk and talk. It would not have to be plugged in by the not necessarily that upfront one up front, who invariably could probably do with being a tad more switched on. It is not the only board to feature in this not a feature film. The second is the teacher, known herein as teacher's mortarboard. The third is the board of the too oft ignored petulant pupil, the coupleting complainer. In the still above, if it's still above, and you haven't done an Oedipus to yourself,
Ooh, messy.
You can see most of the abbreviated word, every, short for every, written by an invisible hand with a visible stalk of chalk, rested as the stalk of Y. I like the construction, rested as the stalk of Y. For the record, the hollow black circle is not the void left where the contrite, complex colonist grimly gouged both his cornea and its cutout container, but a single of the iPod predating, eye-popping outily pop-tastic 7-inch vinyl variety. Not a picture disc, but a picture of a disc. It forms a rebus, if not arribas, unless it's Pat Boone's 60s single.
Speedy Gonzales, why don't you come home? Speedy Gonzales, how come you leave me all alone?
The needle on the record.
Put the needle on the record, put the needle on the record, put the needle on the record when the drum beats go like this.
Audibly provides just a little scratch. Is it academic that this hypertextdermic could end the endemic epidemic that don't delight us as schoolitis?
You know he talks so hip, man, you twisted my melon, man.
The unhappy Mondays are sequentially rung round in red. These are not tainted, sainted latter. What's the matter? Day, red letter day, red rings of death, but the red rings of mundane brain death. For the Ike sound in I Can't Hide, a black and white snapshot of Mr. David Icke. For the can't sound in I Can't Hide, a monochrome Mr. Immanuel Kant. I could have used solely I can't and excised David. I didn't want to. I didn't need to. To ask viewers to truncate Immanuel to eye within a second, supposing that they had recognised the philosopher's portrait in the first place, is unrealistic of me. Fancy! The cant of this cant, like the cant of Brian Cant, Canters to Canterbury, relies on a typically northern, short-form pronunciation of cant that is at odds with the southern standard English can't evident in the audio. For the Hyde sound in I Can't Hide, Mr. Hyde, unbidden, becomes unhidden. He appears and appears with ape ears to be more of a simian style of shapeshifter than the reptilian rapscallions David dislikes. This Edward Hyde is the character as played by Frederick March in the 1931 film adaptation of Robert Louis Stevenson's short story, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, a tale that could have been entirely inspired by the phrase demon drink, and that may be obtained from Project Gutenberg. Here. Not breaking with tradition, or the fourth wall,
Brickety brickety brick.
or painting the fourth bridge.
Slap slap slap.
This is the fourth board, a board rubber, to wipe the slate clean and the smiles from our faces.
Oh.
From the O in poetry, an O that owes more to odes than we mere minnows, the record retreats and the world is whirled. This rebus for boring shows a hairy hog, pig-headed enough to have not turned down the volume of his bore ringtone. Such boorishness may be precisely the sort of omission deemed as not appropriate in a classroom's mental environ. These well-read dancing Zs represent the ZZZ that is the best known textual signifier of a snore. The trio's flighty feet are positioned at the foot of a wooden staircase, with a cut-out map of the English county of Bedfordshire at the top of that elevation. This is a hop, skip, jump, and a nod to the phrase, "Up the wooden stairs to Bedfordshire." There is a mortarboard resting on its capital while it can. Aren't we all? This is a simple thought bubble made from a dingbat, and buy one. Hey, stop me and buy one!
When you're tired and you're hungry and you want something cool, got something better than a swimming pool, 'cause I'm an ice cream man.
With the extrusion function of Zara 3D. Emanating, who is emanate?
My name is what? Excuse me. My name is Can I have the attention of the class for 1 second?
From the now landed It Wishes mortarboard. It makes that mortarboard a sort of thoughtaboard and illustrates
Teacher thinks.
made identically to partner the thought bubble. This is a speech bubble, emphasizing
Teacher says.
in the fully functional Flash version, the black area is soon populated by multiple overlapping instances of the following animated GIF, arriving at a total of 40 winks. These on the blinks are blanks, as unfortunate faulty winks in the adapted AVI screen capture streamed from YouTube. Rumour has it the mortarboard finds its rightful home rumour. Here we introduce
Teacher.
the teacher, not
Captain, my captain.
Captain, my captain. This buttoned-up model, is she moonlighting for a cardigan catalogue, is obviously a gift item that is intended to sell, and, as such, the mouldings holdings are an apple, the folkloric receipt of a favoured instructor, and a bell. She has no cane to restrain those who would rebel. Buxom and bespectacled, she sticks instead to Joss sticks. And may use incense to incense which, in a sense of innocence,
It's got to be stinky.
Yet nothing to be sneezed at if she gets you an A and proves all's A-OK. And so, hooray! How to be very unpopular at YouTube. Make minority interest vids with indecipherable titles and then twist them back upon themselves a la can't hide, hide can't. You can also make your website super shoddy by being a div about div tags. Production period main memory. Greece's shock victory in Euro 2004. Might have made it. Arabella Weir and Edgar Allan Poe.